Hello everyone, so I'm going to be sharing some stories from some pretty interesting points in my life. So yeah, this is unscripted, so I'm just going to be yapping a lot. Okay, so let's start off with a near-death experience. Now, when I was really young, I was not smart at all. I was really stupid. I was a stupid child. Now, me and my brother got this amazing idea to go grab our beanbag chairs and launch ourselves down the stairs. We did this a couple of times, and a very important part of this story to mention is at that time the house that we lived in, the basement floor was an unfinished concrete pad. So, yeah, you can see, jumping downstairs on a beanbag chair isn't really the brightest idea, let alone on a concrete or hard surface. So yeah, we did that a couple of times, and then eventually my beanbag flipped and I almost went face first into concrete. This takes place at the same living place as story 1. Now, the backyard over there at that place had a big steep hill, and we loved the snow toboggan, me and my brother. We would almost do it every day from my memory. And one day, we, toboggan. Now, in the backyard, there's also a couple of trees. So I go down and I get a good momentum going. And I notice that my trajectory, I'm going to be going into the stump of that tree. And, normally you would think, oh, I'm just going to roll off. But no, I didn't. I was a dumb kid. And I think I remember screaming for my brother to stop me, even though I could just roll out of the way. But I was stupid. Anyway, so I eat the tree, and I don't remember, the aftermath of it. I just remember coming inside with my mouth all, bloodied, and my parents freaking out because, their children just go outside to go snow tobogganing, and then, a couple of minutes later, they come back in and one's mouth is all bloodied and mangled. I remember a good amount of blood coming out of my mouth there. So this story takes place in my beginning year of grade 10. And I'm in the bathroom washing my hands, and this guy comes in, and then a couple of seconds later, this girl walks in after him. And we made eye contact, and it was the most awful eye contact I've made with another human being in my life. It was really awful. And after a couple of seconds of us just staring at each other, she quickly turns around and makes her getaway. So yeah, I don't know if I accidentally cock-blocked someone or it was a simple mix-up of which bathroom is which. The place where I used to live was a really shitty town that was not a good place to let your children walk around in, but I was still allowed to walk around. And there was a couple of buildings that were abandoned, one that people just called the factory, even though it wasn't a factory, but I don't know, creative naming, I guess. So my parents always told me, don't go inside abandoned buildings, and never listened, because abandoned buildings are fun, So one day I'm exploring this place, the factory, with a couple of friends, and we walk over into this one room. It separates off into another big room, and it looks like someone is standing there in the corner, with their hands in their pockets, with their hood up, and they're shrouded in darkness. And of course, naturally, we get the hell out of there because this guy is just standing there menacingly. He was probably just some guy that heard us and then was like, yeah, I'm gonna scare a couple of kids. But yeah, it was not fun. I never really felt my heart pound that hard before, and the adrenaline feeling. So yeah, it was very fun times. This story takes place in the same town as story 3. It was in my grade 7 year. I think it was in October or September, I don't really remember. So we go to the second abandoned place in that town, It's like a little dock marina area, and there's like a set of abandoned bathrooms, and we went there, and we turned it into like, this building is like very like tight and small, so we turned into this one area, and there's this guy like sitting down on this like nasty ass floor. It was honestly disgusting. Like, you'd probably need to have like 10 showers if you fell onto that place. And this guy's just sitting there. I think it was either crack he was smoking or a cigarette. And of course, you know, you see someone just sitting there in an abandoned place, you run away. So we run away, and then this guy comes out, and he was like, "Why are you running?" And he had like such a calm voice. It was honestly like really eerie. These stories, I'm just gonna rapid fire, all take place within the same town. This one is a very interesting one. So a block away, there was a police raid. A block away from where I live, there was a police raid, and what they find in this guy's house is crazy. There was like automatic weapons and shit, and shotguns. I think it was mainly like assault rifles. So yeah, that tells you how good that town was. It was a really nice place, you know. So yeah, that was a bit scary, and at the time I was walking around, and yeah. Well, I wasn't walking around when the raid happened, but I was walking around, like, just in general, around the town. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure there was also a confirmed pedophile living within that town as well. This story is also pretty spooky. I've been in one school lockdown, one real one, once in my life, and it is so awful. It is terrible. So what happened is, there was this guy driving, well, under, like, the influence of alcohol, and I'm pretty sure it was like some other drug. Anyway, so he was like fucking zooming down the trails that's near the school, firing off like fucking guns and shit as he's speeding down, intoxicated. So yeah. That was honestly, now that I think about it, probably the scariest moment of my life. Talking about it now, I'm remembering some more of the details, and yeah, it was not a great experience. He didn't drive directly down like the trail that was like very close to the school, but there was multiple sets of trails that was close to the school. So yeah, they got his ass though, so that's good. Alright, so to end off this happy-go-lucky video, I'm going to talk about the time I definitely witnessed some kind of home invasion, or the crime where you go into somebody's yard and destroy their shit. So this does not happen in the same town, and this story takes place of this year in October. So I'm walking down my road, and well, not my road, it's like another block away or something, and there's this car. It pulls off to the side of the road. This guy gets out with like a hoodie on over his face and his hands in his pocket, and he leaves his car door open. He does like this really fast, almost kind of like run speed walk to this one person's house, and like he disappears behind like some bushes and stuff, and then like a couple of minutes later he comes running out, gets back in his car, slams his door shut, does a U-turn on these roads are not so spacious. You can't just be doing a full fucking U-turn here without some risks. And then he speeds off right into the sunset after he committed some kind of malicious crime. So yeah, this is a very, very interesting thing to witness. Also, before I end the video, Merry Christmas. I know this video isn't really like a nice Christmas video to turn on and like relax to, but Merry Christmas. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and yeah, see ya.